Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you all are doing extremely well. So today in this video we are going to discuss the coding questions that were asked in the Deloitte exam on 27th of December. So I believe this video is going to be helpful for the people, those who are having their exam in upcoming days. So make sure to watch the complete video. But before proceeding further, don't forget to share and subscribe my channel for more such content. And do join our Telegram community as well. The link for the Telegram channel is given in the description itself. So let's get started with the first problem now. So here's the first question. Consider a square matrix A of size n cross n and an integer x, where x is an element of A. Find out the following. So we have been given a square matrix A, and obviously this would be of size n cross n, and it has an integer x, and this x integer itself is a part of this matrix only, means this is an element of matrix A only, right? So certain points have been mentioned, so let's go through them one by one. The first is row number R and column number C of X in A. So first we'll be finding that what they're saying, find row and column number of the element X in the given matrix A. Okay, then we have to sum up the row and the column that we have found, right? For the element X, we have to sum the row and column of that element X. Fine. Then the element Z, which is at S row to the right of X. So at the position where X is located, right? Or the row and column where X is located, to the right of it, the position S they have given. So we have to find an element Z, which is at S row to the right, in the right, at S row to the right of X. Okay. So also they have mentioned that Z and X are in the same row. Z and X are in the same row. Now, what we have to do is, so find the sum P with respect to, after finding out Z. Okay, let's say you determine Z. Now next what we have to do, we have to find sum P with respect to Z, which is defined as, so let's say the integer Z is represented as ABC. Then the sum P is going to be calculated as A p power 3 plus B p power 2 plus C p power 1, right? Now, if the integer Z is represented as ABCD, then the sum P is calculated as A p power 4 plus B p power 3 plus C p power 2 plus T p power 1. Right, so basically what is the formula? The formula is A p power n plus A2 n minus 1 plus A3 n minus 2, like that, where n is what? N is the number of digits of Z. So here you can see ABC. What is the number of digits? 3, right? So A power 3 plus B power 2 plus C power 1. That's how it was, right? So notice when the end of a row column is reached, traversing is done from the beginning of that row column. Okay. When the end of a row column is reached, traversing is done from the beginning of that row column. Okay. So what we have been given, so try understand, this line is also important. When you reach to the end of a row column, let's say this row column is ending here, you have reached to the end, you are exceeding the bound, then what you have to do is traversing is done from the beginning of that row and column itself. Okay. I hope you got the point, right? So what we have to do is read the input from standard in and print the output to standard out. Okay, do not write arbitrary strings while reading the input. Okay, so now constant has been given. Fine. So in the input what we are having, the first line of input contains n, then the next n lines of input contains an integer, each separated by a single white space. The last line contains x, which is a part of this matrix A itself, right? So that's what we are having. Okay, so we'll be understanding this with the help of this example. 4 is the value of n. Then we have these values: 4, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5 to 1, 1, 4, 1, 1, 3 to 9, 1, 0, 4, 9, 8, 9, and like that. And the value of x is 11. So first we'll be going through these lines only that they have specified. So first we have to find out what? We have to find out the row and column for the given element 11, which is nothing but this one only. So if I'll be mentioning the indexes, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So this 1, 1 is at which position? 1, 0, right? So row is 1, row is 1 and the column is 0. Now we have to find the sum of row and column. So 1 plus 0, you will be getting 1. The next task is to find the element z, which is at s row to the right of x. So the thing is, z and x are going to be in same row. Okay, so if they are in the same row, so as of now, s value, you can see this is not out of the bound, right? This is not exceeding the value of, see, the last element that you will be getting, that would be at position n minus 1, right? So it is not exceeding that bound. So for now, how we can determine the value of z? Z equal to matrix, let's say you are the name it is a column is same. So let's say you stored a value of row and column in this RNC variable, right? So let's keep them small. So row is same for z and x both, right? So a of r, and this is in the right, right? This is in the right. So a of r s, that is going to give us the, so if, see, as of now the sum we have got is right. Sum we have got is row was 1 and column was 0. So we have got that was 1, right? So that is in the bound, right? That is not out of the bound. So for now, how we can calculate z is a of row and column. Okay, column is going to be nothing but this s value that we are getting, right? This s value that we are getting. But now what if let's say we have the value x that we are having right now, right? This value x located at this position. So what would be the position? 0 1 2 3 1 3, right? So sum would be what? 4, which is exceeding the bound, right? So how will be handling this case? Now from here, if you will see, right, according to the questions, that should be the value z is s at s row to the right of x, right? That they have mentioned the element z which is at s row to the right of x. Here z and x are in same row. They are in same row. They have specified that both z and x should be in same row. So we'll be starting from moving in the circular fashion. Okay, we'll be starting moving in the circular fashion, right? Okay, so what we'll be doing, the column at which position, the column at which this element x is located, which is nothing but 3, plus the sum that we have got, which is nothing but 4. 3 plus 4 is 7 mod with the value of n. So 4 mod with 7. 4 mod with 7, sorry. Yeah, 4 plus 3 is 7. Okay, 7 mod with 4. What you're going to get? What you're going to get is 3. So that's how we'll be calculating. That's how we'll be calculating if we are moving out of the bound, right? So how you can calculate the value of s, right? So a of row that you have got, and to make sure that we are not moving out of the bound, what we'll be doing is the column value that we have, right? Column plus the s value that we have determined, column plus s mod with n, right? So as of now, what do we have? Column value is this 1 0. So 0 plus 1 mod with 4, you will be getting what? 1 itself. You'll be getting what? 1 itself, right? Okay, so s equal to a of row is 1 1 1. At 1 1, what element we do have? We do have 3 to 9. Now the next point says find the sum p with respect to z, which is defined as, so if the integer z is represented as abc, so what is the, how many number of digits we do have in z? 3, right? So how we are going to calculate the sum p as per the given points, right? So 3 plus 2 plus 9. Then what we have to do? We have to raise the power. So the first element will be getting the power, which is equal to the number of digits, which is 3. Then 3 minus 1, that is 2. 2 minus 1, that is 1. So 3 power 3, 27 plus 4 plus 9. If you will sum them up, then we'll be getting 40. And that's what should be the output for this sample input, right? That should be the output for this sample input. I hope the question is clear, right? Now, the question is just basic only. What we have to do, what we discussed just now, right? The same thing we have to write in the code. That's it, right? So if this all logic that we discussed just now, if you are able to code it up, that's it, you are done, right? There is no such logic that you have to implement, right? Because the question is straightforward only. That's what we are supposed to do, right? So if you are clear with the implementation part, if you are clear with the requirements, right, and if you are confident with one of the programming language, yes, the question is solved. Okay, so I hope the problem statement is clear. So we'll be hopping on to the coding part now. So right now I'm coding this in Python, right? But once you are with the logic, right? Once you are clear with the implementation part, you can just code it in any language you are comfortable with. So first thing in the input that we have to take is the input. This n value, right? N value we have to take. Okay, so we did that. Now the next we need is we'll be taking the matrix, right? So for this, so for I in range, n, we are going to simply append a dot append, right? A dot append. So the list we are going to get, right? First, second, third, fourth. For example, the value of n is 4. So 4 cross 4 we are going to get. So now list. If you don't know Python, that's totally fine. Just take the input. Taking the input, you know, right? So just take the input in the language you are comfortable with. So as of now, I'm taking this list as the input, right? The matrix as the input. So list map int input dot split. Okay, so the last thing that we're gonna get is the x value, right? So we'll be taking this as also input. Okay, so we are done with taking the inputs, right? Now comes the implementation part. So first we have to find the row as well as column. So we'll be taking two variables to keep track of the same. So as of now I mentioned them this, or the better would be, let's initialize them with -1. Okay, then what we're gonna do is we'll be simply having a loop for I in range. Like we'll be simply traversing through the matrix, and individually we are checking each element, and we're just checking if this is equal to the x or not. If we got the element, then we'll be just keep track of the row and column on which this element x is located. For I in range n, for j in range n. Now here we'll be simply checking that if a of ij, if it is equal to that of x that we have taken as input, then it means we have found the element, right? So row equal to a value and column equal to j value, right? And now if you have got the element right, so no need to further traverse, right? We'll be simply breaking through the loop there itself. Now first task is done, means we have got the row and column. The next thing we need is the sum of row and column. Okay, done. Next we have to calculate the z. So how we are going to determine the same? We already discussed, right? So z equal to a of row, and this column we are going to determine with column plus the value of s mod with n. Right, now we have our z also. Next we have to calculate the sum, the p value, right? The p value. So how we are going to calculate that? So while z is greater than 0, now what we have to do? So let's say we were having that 349, right? So at 9 is the last digit, and the power on this would be what? 1. So we'll be taking one variable c, initialize this with 1, right? So what we'll be having, rem equal to z mod 10, right? So we are taking the modulo, right? Z mod 10. So if you will divide this 349 with 10, the remainder would be what? 9, right? Now we will be having one more variable p, and p is basically our output that we have to print, right? So initially that will be initialized with 0. So p equal to p plus, now what do we need on this 9? What should be the power should be 1. So what we'll be doing is rem, okay, so rem is 9. So here we are doing 9 power, the value of rem is 9 power c is what? 1. 9 power 1, that is going to give us 9 itself, right? So that's 9 we're adding to p. So p value is 9 as of now. Then next, what we want this 4. So for that, we'll be removing this 9. So we'll be doing z equal to z divided by 10. So now the value of z is going to be 34. Also, next time the value of REM is going to be what? As if the number is, the z is 34, the value of REM is going to be 4, right? So on this 4, what power do we want? We want 2. So that's why it's important to update the value of C as well. So C also will be doing as C plus equal to 1. So on 4, we'll be having power 2. That means 16. So 16 plus 9 will be having 25. Then again, Z value will be updated. 34 divided by 10 will be having 3. And C value would be what? This time it would be 3, right? Then Z value is 3, 3 greater than 0, right? REM here will be calculating. So 3 mod 10 will be getting what? 3. So 25 plus 3 by power 3 will be getting 27. 27 plus, okay, sorry, 4 for 16. Okay, I think there the value was different, right? There the in the here the value was different. 329 it was there, right? That's why I thought like, okay, why we're getting the different value. There it was 329. Okay, there it was 329. If let's say if it's for 329, then here it would be 4, not 16. Okay, so 4 plus at the time, then we have 4 plus. So as of now we had 4 only, right? So let's take that only. So 16 plus 9, 25 we had, and plus 27. So this value will be stored to P, and Z will be further reduced. So 3 divided by 10. This time we'll be having 0. 0 greater than 0, condition is not true, right? And that's it. We are done. And we'll be simply printing P. Okay. So that was the implementation, right? That we discussed. I hope you are clear with that, right? Okay. So now let's take the input that we have along with us, and let's see if we are getting the expected output, right? So I'm gonna run this. So you can see we are getting 40, right? That's what the expected output is. Okay. So I hope you are clear with this, the code and the question. Right now we'll be hopping on to the next coding question. Okay, so basically this is given as a word problem, but I don't think that it is important to go through the complete question. Let me give you a kind of quick summary what we have to do in this particular coding problem, right? Although some part is also not visible, so that is also one thing. So what do we have in this problem is that we have to find two values, x and y, right? So how we are calculating this x and y is, right? So we in the input basically we are having a string. We are having a string as input. On the like with this string we have to determine x and y. So how they're calculating x and y? So let's say this is the string given to us, acknowledgement. Okay, now in this acknowledgement, first what we have to do is the x and y we are calculating on the basis of the occurrences of the characters, and the occurrences should be how, like how it should be. It should be the occurrences, the frequency that we are getting, right? It should be prime. For example, here if you will see, right, e has occurred thrice, right? E has occurred thrice. Other than this, a, okay, one we are not like one is not a primary number. We all know this, right? Other than this, is there any character that has occurred? Acknowledgement. A only once, C only once, K, N, O, W, L, D, G, M, N, N, C, N. Here it is and here it is. So N has occurred twice, and this E is occurred thrice. So 2 and 3, they both are prime numbers, right? So basically what you need is, first you need the frequency of the characters that is occurring in the given string. Now out of this occurrences, what is of actual use to us? The occurrence which is prime, the number of occurrence which is prime. So here 2 and 3 both are prime. Okay, now you must be thinking, okay, then so how x and y value is dependent on this occurrence, right? So we got two values. For n and e, we got the occurrences prime, right? So basically, we are going to sum of the occurrences, the prime occurrences that we have got to determine the value of x, and multiply those occurrences to determine the value of y. So 2 plus 3 is 5, which would be the value of x, and 2 into 3, which is 6, which would be the value of y. Okay, if it's still not clear, so we'll be going through this input, right? So this is the input given to us. Now here we are having a b c d e f, these 5 characters we are having. Now the occurrences of all these 5 characters is 5 times. A has occurred 5 times, B has occurred 5 times, C has occurred 5 times, D 5, E 5, F 5. Now 5 is what? Prime number, right? So how we'll be calculating x? Multiplication of all the prime occurrences. Sorry. Addition of all the prime occurrences. So addition of all the prime occurrences means there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 characters which is occurred, which is having the prime occurrences. So that is the count. Count is what? 5 for all of the 6. So if you will sum them up, you will be getting 30. Next we have 5. So we are going to multiply all the prime occurrences for these 6 characters. So that is going to give us this value, right? 15,625, right? Okay, so that's how it is. So now I think you are clear what we have to do in this particular question. You are clear with that. We have to basically, first of all, track the occurrences of the characters that we do have in the given string. Now, after getting the occurrences, we have to find the occurrences. Which are prime, right? For determining x, we have to sum all those prime occurrences, all the count of the prime occurrences, and for determining the value of y, we have to multiply all those prime occurrences. Make sense? Right? So that's what we have to do. So if you are clear with the problem statement, what we're supposed to do, then we'll be quickly hopping on to the coding part. So let's get started. So first, what we'll be having? We'll be having a map. Okay, we'll be having a map. Let's name it as fric, right? Frequency tracking thing we have, right? So this is the dictionary. Okay, this is the dictionary. In Python, we do call it as a dictionary. In Java, you'll be having hash map, C++ map, like this, right? Makes sense? So now what we're gonna do is, okay, before that, I'm in hurry. Okay, so first we have to take this string as input. Okay, so we did that. Now in this string, we are going to keep track of the occurrences of the characters, right? For this, we are using this dictionary here. Now for CNS. Okay, so means what we're doing, we are going through each character that we do have in S. Now, if this character is already in our map, in our dictionary, so we are going to increment the count of the occurrence, right? So we'll be doing freq c plus equal to 1, right? And if this condition is not true, it means the first time we are coming across to this character, so the count would be what? Count would be 1, right? So this thing we are done. Next, now what else we need? We'll be simply going through this. We need x and y, right? We have to determine x and y. X will be storing the sum, hence we'll be initializing this with 0, and y will be storing the multiplications. That's why we'll be initializing this with 1. Okay, now we have to simply go through this dictionary that we have. So for key, comma v, k denotes key and v denotes value. Okay, and what do we need here? What is of our use? Value. Value is having that frequency, right? Value is having that frequency. For key, comma value in frequency dot items, right? So now Okay, now when you are going to consider that value, if that value associated with this character, if that value is prime, so first we'll be checking if is is prime. If is means if this value is prime. If this value is prime, then what we're going to do is we are going to add this value to x, and along with that we are going to use this value for multiplication with y. Okay, so everything is done, and at the end we have to simply print x and y. But wait, are we done? No, right? Where is this function? Is prime. Okay, so we'll be simply writing one function. Is prime. That method will basically this function will basically tell us if a given integer is prime or not. Okay. Okay, so I believe all of you must be aware like how to determine this, and as such there is no constraint, so we'll be doing, see, if n value is less than that of 2, then obviously it is not a prime, right? So there itself we'll be returning false, return false. Okay, otherwise we'll be having a loop. So for I in range, now you know that if there would be any factor of a given number n, so that we'll be able to find till square root of that n, right? Till square root of that n. For example, 49. So the least or the smallest factor of 49, let's say that is 7. Okay, so 7 will be like, if we'll be having a loop till square root of 49, we'll be able to find it out, right? Let's say 15. 15, the smallest factor of 15 is what? 3. So that we'll be able to find out, right? So that's why we'll be having a loop for I in range to till math dot square root of n. We have to include this square root of n also, right? So that's why we'll be having plus 1. Okay, I hope it makes sense. Now what we have to do, so if any value, if n mod I is equal 0, means it is not a prime. So here itself will be returning false. If not, then here we'll be returning what? True. It means it is a prime number. Okay, so yeah, I hope, yeah, we are done. So let's run this. So we'll be taking acknowledgement. So for acknowledgement, what should be the expected answer? X value should be 2 plus 3, that is 5, and y value should be 2 into 3, that is 6. 5, 6. Okay, and that's what we are getting, right? So that was the code for the given problem statement. I hope the problem statement and the code both is clear. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to share and subscribe the channel. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.